touch gloves, and we are underway.
These two really have the potential to have such a rivalry in this sport. Wouldn't be surprised to see these guys go out another couple times throughout their careers. And two guys who have all the ability to win this fight. Devastating strikers, excellent on the ground.
And of course, Dominic Cruz still in his young 20s as well, so a whole lot of 135-pound talent at the top of this division in the UFC.
Barao getting a takedown early. Wants to test McDonald's ground game right off the bat. Hit a very nice takedown. Beautiful level change, and now he's in some side control against McDonald.
And now Barao hops into McDonald's guard.
McDonald now trying to set up possibly a triangle here. He's looking to grab that wrist, maybe feed that in between his legs to set up a triangle, but very active game for McDonald. He's a brown belt, but not intimidated at all by the black belt of Barao. It's a nice little trap there on the arm. He's got a overhook and a wrist trap. Corner of Barao telling him to look for an elbow. McDonald, beautiful job getting into his feet. That's what I've been talking about throughout this event, is putting the feet on the hips. Very few fighters do that. McDonald did it beautifully.
Heady stuff there from the 22-year-old challenger, Michael McDonald, who has never fought past the third round. So if we do see the championship rounds here tonight, perhaps that bears watching. Nice left hand there by Mayday coming forward.
Very good point. McDonald, you really have to watch out for all of his strikes, but it's his right hand, that uppercut. When he comes forward, he truly commits to it, and if he lands it, it could be over.
McDonald with a counter right there.
Yeah, and Barao needs to be careful because McDonald really can counterpunch as well. That's saying a lot at 22 years old. Very impressive.
Nice counter left hand there by Barao. So the hands are flying early on both sides here.
Barao just starting to get his leg kicking game going now, and interesting to see if he utilizes that. Try to take away that lead leg of McDonald. It's pretty clear that Barao wants to take this and really test McDonald on his back.
And an encouraging sign there early for Team McDonald.
Barao finding very good range on that left hook, John, as McDonald is coming forward. He's catching with that left hook going back. Nice little short left hook. You can hear the Brazilian fans cheering on Barao.
Nice left hand by McDonald, now trying to keep it going on.
Big right hand to the temple of Barao.
And Barao's been knocked down here. A minute and a half to go in round one.
Barao now with that body lock, but McDonald caught him right on the temple. There's a few shots now. Barao hurting McDonald here.
And a nice knee there finds its home for Barao.
Barao, who has a granite chin, got rocked by McDonald. That's the kind of power that Michael McDonald possesses. He's going to have to watch for that shot throughout this fight. Barao, very high-volume striker. McDonald, more efficient. Not as busy, but when he lands, he lands.
And an important takedown there for the reigning interim bantamweight champion, Barao.
McDonald showing very good defense, very good composure. We knew that coming in. Barao now trying to bring this fight to the mat. He believes he's got the better ground game. So far, he's shown some excellent takedowns. McDonald doing a great job of tying up those arms, John. Not really allowing Barao to get posture, not allowing him to get things going, to break that guard. McDonald's on tonight, as is Barao.
All about location. submission, and Renan Barao facing more trouble than he has faced in recent memory here against Michael McDonald. But the interim champion showing some nice resolve and a quick ability there to recover. And we'll see if again there will be an early takedown attempt here from Barao in round 2.
And more importantly, we'll see what it does to the striking game of McDonald. Will it freeze him up? Will it make him more hesitant? Will it make him more conservative?
Strong left hand there from McDonald.
McDonald waits, and then pounces. No real wasted movement. Strikes with a purpose. There's that right uppercut. Starts things off with that combination. And like I said, that's his best punch, John. And Barao sometimes will use that shelling defense. He will kind of look to kind of comb his hair to block those punches, and that's when an uppercut can be very nasty and catch you off guard. Not to mention body shots, so we may see that as well from McDonald.
So a slightly slower pace here in round 2, but McDonald answers that challenge there with a left.
There's a little collision of heads there too. Looked like Barao got caught with an accidental headbutt from McDonald. And I'm surprised that we're not seeing more leg kicks, especially the outside of the leg of McDonald from Barao.
Most forecasted that would be a weapon of choice for Renan Barao. Goes for the takedown here. McDonald not having it.
Yeah, very nice takedown defense from McDonald, but it's the follow-up from Barao that got to the takedown. A nice little back kick from McDonald as well. He's back to his feet again. McDonald really using beautiful defensive jiu-jitsu and using his guard extremely well to get back to his feet. He's creating space, puts the feet in the hips, elevates, and explodes to his feet.
He certainly has done his homework as we pass the midpoint of our second round in this UFC Interim Bantamweight Championship. Barao unable to find the range on that combination there.
Both fighters have kept such a fast pace here. Looks like Barao's starting to slow down a little bit here. Barao has a tendency of doing this. Right there, he was just trying to keep McDonald on the outside, trying to frame with that arm, but that does expose your fingers and poke McDonald in the eye there.
But he's tough, he's a UFC fighter. We are back underway, the second of a possible 5 rounds here for the Bantamweight interim title.
Both guys look like they took some shots there.
Yeah.
Barao going backwards, though, was able to catch McDonald as well. Anytime you're rushing in and you're getting caught with shots like that on counters, again, I sound like a broken record here, but feint, feint, feint.
McDonald, a tremendous counter striker. Seems to be looking for that uppercut here at times tonight. Just missed on the right hand there going forward.
He is. He's looking for that uppercut going forward. He's looking for that right hand going back.
And there is the famed leg kick from Renan Barao.
And that's really what he needs to do. Beautiful front kick to the face by Barao. So explosive with those kicks.
And inches away from doing some appreciable damage there. Again, nice counter right there from McDonald.
And maybe that's why he's not going to that outside kick. McDonald, he's onto it. He was ready for it. And Again, you face a guy like an Aldo or a Barao, you have to be ready for that outside leg kick. And what do you do to counter it? The right hand. Just as he lands it, you got to step forward, eat the kick, come forward with the right hand.
And Barao able to land nicely there on the exchange.
Barao has a cut over his right eye. Looked like it might have been from that left hook. Nice little spinning attack from Barao. Well, you know, this is a very tricky fight. He has to counter Barao more often, especially off those kicks. He has to be a little bit more varied with his attacks as well. Really keep Barao guessing. A lot of feints. And hey, why not try for a takedown to mix things up as well?
Yeah, we haven't seen that thus far on the McDonald side. Barao's landed a couple. Of course, McDonald has handled those nice defensively. And you see Barao starting to gain confidence here after some strong moments in round 2. And perhaps he's stunned McDonald there, who returns fire.
Barao's going to have to be careful. Getting a little too aggressive, and McDonald, who has that right hand, can counter him at any time. McDonald now using way more side movement, moving side to side, trying to mix things up, and then he explodes. He likes to move side to side, and then he blitzes.
Nice combination there from Henan Barao.
And a beautiful blitz from Barao there. Right in on a takedown. Now has a body lock. And you can see Barao is the bigger man out there. Gonna look to muscle McDonald around the cage. He had some success with takedowns, and he has it again. Right into side control.
All right, so the interim champ now working out of side control. We'll see what he can do with it. Oh, nice straight there as Michael McDonald gets up. And we are back to the center of the octagon. Just over 3 minutes to go in our third and middle round. 5 rounds if necessary here for the interim bantamweight title. McDonald presses forward.
Barao hit a beautiful takedown into side control. Went to that knee slide into mount. McDonald timed it beautifully. Was able to reverse and get back to his feet. Very impressed with the defensive jiu-jitsu of Michael McDonald.
Barao with an excuse me front kick there.
See, McDonald really sets up that right hand very well. Once you see him sit, once he sits down, he's trying to set that up with power. And there's another nice right hand from McDonald. But Barao countered very well the left hook, and another right hand from Barao.
A beautiful right hand up the gut for the interim champion.
2 very high-level strikers going at it. Both have had very good moments.
And most of the shots that have landed, at least of late, have been when they're on the way out.
Right now, I think with Barao, he's just being a little bit more varied with his attack, and he's starting to land a little bit more combinations than McDonald, because McDonald isn't switching things up so much at this point. He's kind of attacking with the same combination again and again. You see him sit, that's the tell, and then he's rushing. Barao's onto him now. He's starting to counter, starting to get away. Can't go straight back like that, though.
And you're right, with Michael McDonald, at least of late, just seems to be 1 or 2 punches and out.
And going into this fight, that was the difference when you looked at the stats. It was Barao with more of a high-volume kind of striking game, and McDonald more precision, perhaps a little bit more accuracy and power, of course. Now that I stopped fighting, I can look at stats, John.
Yeah, we know how much a fan of those you were when you were in the middle of your career. Beautiful spinning kick from Barao, hits the chin of McDonald.
He throws that as good as anybody in the UFC. Barao's spinning back kick is beautiful. Throws it so straight. He turns his head, and it's just a straight back kick. A lot of guys just kind of spin and kick wherever it may land, but Barao, very accurate with it. And
really countering nicely after that looping right hand from McDonald. Barao lands with the counter. So Head and Barao, the busier party here in round 3. As we hit the championship rounds, Michael McDonald will see a 4th round for the first time in his MMA career. And we hit the 4th of a possible 5 rounds for the UFC interim bantamweight title.
Barao now really starting to faint now. McDonald smiling. They're smiling at each other now.
Nice left hand there by Barao. So crafty.
Yeah, nice little leaping left hook. It looked like he didn't have the angle on it, but in fact he did. Caught McDonald as he tried to turn the corner there.
Getting that go-go gadget arm going. Head and Barao.
You know, if I'm in the corner of McDonald, I'm telling him, you know, listen, try to counter him as he comes in. A little bit more feints, and let's try a takedown. Let's mix things up, try to get on top of Barao here.
McDonald with a nice stuff of the takedown attempt there, but the output has waned a little bit for Michael McDonald.
And this is pretty typical for him, but you know, certainly if you're a judge, you're going to look at activity, you're going to look at volume, and right now that's what Barao's doing. And a lot of people said, you know, heading into a decision, you know, that would favor Barao. Nice little flying knee from Barao. That's the variety we've been talking about. So dynamic with the strike.
And McDonald so close to landing that counter. Dealing with some blood, though, out of that nose now is Michael McDonald.
Yeah, I believe it was off that knee there. Might have opened things up, but Barao just throwing beautiful variety. Watch that right hand of McDonald here as they trade. McDonald so scrappy.
And again, a nice job by McDonald to stay upright.
I mean, if you see Michael McDonald on the street, you'd never think that this kid could fight like that. I mean, it's unbelievable. Looks like he's 16 years old. He's a straight killer. Tough as nails.
Barao continues to move forward and stalk his prey, setting up another spinning kick there. Very deceptive with his attack.
There, he's faking it again. He's looking, once he starts getting to that really narrow stance, he's setting up that spinning back kick. And he may be using it as a feint right now, trying to confuse McDonald. Nice little slip by McDonald. Was able to slip that cross from Barao. Wasn't quite able to counter it with strikes, but good head movement from McDonald.
And McDonald continues to look for that big counter right hand. Barao with a body lock, or so it appears. Nice knee upstairs. Trying to throw McDonald down, eventually takes his back here.
You know, and aside from the activity of Barao looking for a head guard choke here, he may get it. He's looking to seal it up. If he can get a little bit more off the side, McDonald trying to counter it, trying to keep his arm on the right side of his head. He's giving the thumbs up like he's okay, but if Barao can get around the side and walk towards that right side of the head of McDonald, he can create more pressure, but McDonald may have saved himself with that positioning of the right arm. But if I'm Barao, you need to walk outside, try to walk to your left and try to create more pressure on the outside of the neck, and he holds it. He believed he was the better guy on the ground. He thought that's where he was going to catch McDonald, and that's exactly what he did. Caught him in the transition. McDonald defended so well up to that point, but Barao, wow.
So a And Michael McDonald, quick to congratulate the champion.
Barao off this body lock turned McDonald, and I was saying, besides the variety that Barao was showing, it was his size and strength. I think that was the other difference in this fight. And from here, just on the transition, look at this. As McDonald tries to turn and face, he catches that right arm. Boom! Drops his head down, does not allow McDonald to remove that head, that arm now. Now it was tight. He was defending well for a little bit. Barao knew it was tight, stayed with it. Really kept the pressure, never let it go. And just over time, McDonald was forced to tap. Beautiful submission from Barao. That's how quickly things can change.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard's called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 57 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by tap out due to an arm triangle, and still